Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Back once again with the Renegade Master. We're still separate. We're still apart.
We are separate, but yet still one in rantitude.
That's right. Like the Spice Girls say, two become one.
When twat become one.
When twat become one. When twats collide.
I need some rant like I've never needed rant before.
Gonna rant with you, baby. Hello, how you doing? How's COVID town?
Yeah, it's a thing. The thing is, Alex, right? Is we're not in COVID town. We're just in. You have to stay in because, like, something said that you're COVID town. There is no actual COVID. It's just no. You've got to stay in your house for zero reason.
So
that's where I'm at.
So what's going on? When are you going to be around here again? What's the timing on that? What is going on? I mean,
well, as long as like nobody else in this house tests positive, then next Wednesday I will be back with you. But I am locked in this house in isolation until Sunday. No, Monday. Sunday or Monday. I need to count.
Happy days.
Yeah, less than happy days. Less than happy days.
They weren't all happy days, Jez.
Sunday, Monday, fuck your days. Tuesday, Friday, fuck your days. Wednesday, Saturday, fuck your days. Stay inside. Go fuck yourself. Having a shit week on your own. Do.
Yeah, he goes, is the stream broken? I'm not seeing any video. I take it everyone else is seeing something. Because this is like the first time Jaeger turns up and he's like, doesn't work.
Are we working? Let me know. Like, make sure everybody else can actually see us. Because my internet is being a total jackass. And I think I managed to improve it a little bit yesterday in the tweaking I did while you were streaming. But who really knows? Who really knows? All good here, says Reese. All good here, says Tamsanaki. Right, well, there you go. If you would like to repeat the same sentiment that you gave to me yesterday, go right ahead.
Mr. Blobby's Wild Hunt in Prague. Remember always be chatting? I do remember. I remember my friend getting his cock out and pissing in the street. Those are happy times. What is the Wild Hunt anyway? Who knows? Nobody knows, Jeremy. Yeah.
So there's a phenomenon that's happened here. And it has happened gradually over the course of weeks, but no more has it been prevalent than today, where there's just so much chat that I can't actually keep up with it. Like, you know, when you think, one day we're gonna be like Twitch famous, and the chat's just gonna be like streaming, can't see a thing, and you're not gonna be able to interact. I'm like, nah, like we'd never get that big because you know you need like thousands for that to happen, right? But it's like right now, it's like message. I'm like, I can only see like 6 messages, and then it's gone. I can scroll.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it.
I can actually scroll now, but yeah, it's awesome. So let's try and cover some of the bases, shall we?
Okay, did we actually stay up till 5 a.m.? Let's cover that one.
Go.
Well, I didn't, but when Nova said earlier he stayed up until 8, I mean, that's 8 Boston time, and 5 was 5 Greece time for Tamsanaki. It was actually, I think it was 2:30 I went to bed last night. Because, like, Jeremy, every time around to about 3, okay, fine, yeah, sure. Around that sort of time. Somewhere between 2:30 and 3, because every time I said I was going to stop, Ashley was like, no, let's kill some more shit. And honestly, Jeremy, I killed so much stuff in The Witcher. It is pretty addictive. Not as addictive as Stardew, but, you know, I walked out and this guy's like, oi, Witcher, you fucking butt munch. And I just went schlock and cut him in half from this point of his body down through this point, and his body just fell apart. And I'm like,
did it like slide down?
Yeah,
and then just
it didn't. What's that? Oh, I'm trying to think of the film where that happens, but it unfortunately didn't. It just like kind of like peeled open really fast. I was like, oh my God, that's fucking disgusting, but amazing. So I was down with that. So we stayed up last night, and yeah, Little Cute Girl was a very bad influence, but in a good way. I know it was a good time was had by all.
I did go back and have a little look at your VOD this morning, because I did not make it anywhere near. I didn't even make it to the end of like your regular timing. I was gone by like 10:30. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm fed up of this awake thing. I'm going to bed, and I'm going to watch an episode of The West Wing in bed, and then
good choice.
Fall asleep halfway through the second one. It was good.
It was a massive hap for me, because like I've been saying, I generally say in the stream when it gets about 10:30, when it's time to end, I said, guys, we'll just round this out. And then I burnt a load of people to death, and I went, that's probably where we'll leave it. We've got 4 quests for next week ready to go. Time to go to bed. And Ashley was like, no, get on with it. And I was like, oh, fuck me. Okay, sure. Let's keep playing. And so I went, okay, it's now midnight. Probably time to stop. See if Rooster's around. Oh, he isn't. Okay, probably should go on. She's like, you keep going. You fucking keep going. I'm like, Jesus, all right, fine. And we just kept going.
I could tell watching it back that you were tired, because you like opened the schedule to check what time Rooster was on like 3 times, and the answer each time was, oh, no, I'm the last one from the network tonight. There is no one else. This is it.
I was really tired by that point. I was having trouble reading the monitor. But anyway, it's a good hap. It's a good hap. It was such a laugh. We'd gone to bed, and I was like, Alex is still live. So we dropped in. Yeah. And Lady Soro both dropped in. A random guy from Turkey dropped in. We're having a good time. The random guy from Turkey came in and said, like, why do you only have 12 viewers?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, and with the open eye emoji kind of thing. And I'm like, I got a bit annoyed about that, but I basically just said, like, I have like 90 people following me. I think that's good. Do you know what time it is here? And he was like, okay, cool, let's chat. And I'm like, okay, you seem to be cool.
Perfect.
Anyway, that's what happened.
Anyway, indeed, yeah. So this
felt like being at a party without having to actually be at a party. Yeah, it did. Sorry, you were going to say this
7 minutes and 34 seconds in is Don't Get Me Started. Welcome on in, everybody. This is the Ranty Banty podcast, in which we rant and bant, as the tagline might suggest, without any kind of exposition.
Yeah. We do. And boy, do I have some fucking naps. We'll get onto that. But yeah, oh my God. If you've never seen this before, you're watching back on VOD. The whole point of this show is that me and Jez find shit to rant about, and we pass that off to you. We hand that off to you and invite you to agree, disagree, drop your likes and dislikes, all that sort of stuff. And we have some wonderful segments, fun segments that everyone seems to enjoy, and some wonderful stings that Jez made. The whole thing's a joy to behold. So thank you very much for being here.
A joy for all of the senses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A visual senses, my colourful background.
My white background that has colour in it, but not in the same kind of way.
Some things. Partway through the stream, Jeremy will try and sell you some stuff. Every week, we'll try and sell you one thing.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to start doing like those, not JML, but like QVC type streams, where it's like, and in my toy store today that has been sat here for far too long and is taking up space and needs to go, is this wonderful figure, which in no way is not desirable and needs to get the fuck out of here.
This slow moving line that nobody wants needs to be fucking sold. Alex's background has been improving so much. When are we going to get him? When are we getting him a cardboard cutout of Toriel dabbing for the backdrop? That will go in the corner, won't it? That could go in that corner over there really nicely. Toriel behind me.
I saw somebody dropped. Don't remember where it was dropped. I think it might have been in your Discord. That there's a body pillow cover that is like just Toriel going, "Please don't kill me, Alex. Please don't kill me."
Do you know what? When we get out and we go to conventions, if I meet a girl that's like dressed as Toriel, like that shit's gonna be so. Can you imagine? I'll have to go around dressed as Asgore or something like that in the hopes that I meet her. Right. I'll tell you what. Let's move on with the show. Shall we get to that segment? If you've got your trigger finger ready,
Ready
Would you
and
like
waiting.
to get to that segment we like to call This Is Happening?
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
So, This Is Happening, where we talk about haps and naps, goods and bads, uglies and beautifuls, things that we love, and all that sort of stuff. So we'll start with things that are hap. That shouldn't take too long.
Sustenance. I think that might have been the word I was looking for. Thank you very much. Panda 1566.
Sustenance. Yes. Panda comes in with the right word. Comes in, says, hello, haven't been here before, but here's the word. Bye. Please don't go. I don't think I've seen Panda, but thank you very much for joining us.
No, I haven't seen Panda before either. So if this is your first time, please enjoy. So,
yes.
I've looked at the notes, and I'm thinking maybe we flip the script a little this week, and we go for naps first, because there are clearly a larger quantity of them. Wouldn't you say?
Okay. There are, oh my God, I was looking on the thing I've written on the wall, and I have 3 naps, and they're all fucking mega shit. I don't even know which one to go to. So sorry if you just encouraged the stream to do haps, but like now everyone's dropping haps. Duff Valley's Flying V. I can't talk about it now, but they'll disappear if I don't mention it. You see,
that's true.
His Flying V's he's got his Flying V, and that sounds good as far as I'm concerned. Who doesn't want another guitar if you like guitars? Obviously, Little Cute Girl's happy that we stayed up all night. I mean, that sounds weirder than it actually meant to be. We stayed up all night. Yeah, her husband was there. Let's do naps. Do you have a nap? Let's do naps.
Well, I kind of got into my nap immediately as the show begun. Like this, you know me. You think very similarly to me on this, in that the lockdowns and the whole COVID thing hasn't really affected what we do day to day, week to week, very much.
No.
But this particular period of having to self-isolate has actually got me going, well, this is fucking shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the first time, I'm like, I want nothing more than to just go outside. I don't even need to go far. Like, one stop would probably be sufficient at this point, just to satiate my need to go outside and go, there's a prick. That's what I've been looking for.
Oh yes, I remember.
I remember now. People aren't cool. Damn it. Thank you for the follow, Panda. So yeah, and that's just led to, especially today. Today was just awful, where I woke up this morning and I'm like, don't really want to get up, need to get up. What exactly is the point? I'll just stay here all day. I'll just stay in bed. Why not? And the answer to why not was Keris going, because I have to do video calls with important people and you can't be fucking snoring in the background. Get the fuck out. Fine. I'll take
that's true.
And then I will take my apathy to the sofa. But am I doing anything today?
Can't you just walk to the end of your garden and spy on your neighbour like everyone else, says Carmen? I mean...
Yeah. I might be being slightly contradictory in that it's also cold and wet outside, and I don't want to go outside.
I don't want to go outside.
I don't actually want to go outside. I want to be allowed to go outside. I want the choice to not go outside to be mine, not a rule set placed on me.
Yes.
Do you get me? Do you know what I mean?
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah.
That's what you're basically saying, Jess.
Yeah, that is it. It insults my sensibilities that something is preventing me doing the thing I don't want to do.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
it's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, no one's going to tell you what to do. Never have the lyrics to, I don't know, Friends meant so much to us. Like, still in bed at 10. I'm like, you better believe it. Perhaps like a little more dark than the 90s had us understand, friends, but it feels relevant at any rate.
Yeah.
Streaming has been good, though. Streaming has helped.
It has, yeah. Right. I mean, Monday I was feeling pretty nonsense, and getting a bit of truck sim together in my my trucking cosplay was hap. And then yesterday, did the main roster, hung out with some people, made people jealous with my sexy championship belt. That was hap.
I saw that. Oh my god, is that that you had it over your shoulder? I'm like,
do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
Yeah, of course I do. Because it sounds a bit too hap for that nap section, but anyway.
There you go.
Look at that. It looks fucking heavy, mate.
It is heavy. Presenting.
What's it say on it?
So this is the main roster championship belt.
Really? How do you get that? How do you win it? Is it 24/7?
It's not 24/7. You can't win it. It's we had it specially made. The incentive of which was predicting the outcomes of WWE pay-per-views. We did it all year last year. And I won in a landslide of one pay-per-view. And so it's mine for the year, and Dan can't have it. And he's crap at predicting, so he's never going to have it.
Oh, mate, that looks
never
fucking
gonna
incredible.
be his. Yeah,
so
it's cool. It's hap. I dig it.
I used to have a thing called the Cult of Letharge, which was basically a group of people doing very lazy things. You'd love it. And the joke about the whole thing was that people would try and out-lazy each other. People would try and get their brothers and sisters to bring them shit, stuff that was just super lazy. And there was a 24/7 belt for that to see it. And so whoever could register a lazy thing they'd done, it could change hands on a 1, 2, 3. And we had a night, we had a party around my house where everyone was trying to out-lazy each other all night long. And we had an actual belt that would and I'd be rushing up and just counting people out as they were doing this shit. But at one point, I wanted to rush over, but I couldn't be bothered, and I kind of lifted a finger to count the guy out, and that was more lazy than what the guy had actually done. So I won the belt. So it's a lot of fun. I wish I had a belt.
I think every group of teenage friends that were into professional wrestling had some kind of 24/7 hardcore type championship, and I remember the days of being hit over the head with a guitar and just being put in the walls of Jericho outside the school hall, that kind of thing, All bets were off as teenagers.
Absolutely.
I actually dislocated my friend's spine bustering him in the park. That was cool.
Literal spine buster.
Yeah, no, I actually spine busted him. And we're not talking a nice the rock star spine buster where you coming all the way to the ground with him. No, this was a Farouk Ron Simmons type spine buster where it's no, I'm just going to lift you up and then use all of the weight in all the force in my arm, just go wham and slam you down onto the ground. Yeah,
it's like Panda says, my friends did not, but we had statues and the floor is lava. Now, I never had the floor is lava. No. I feel that's kind of a thing that you get in the States, so I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I think it took a while to get here, but it's been a thing in the States for a long time.
We had a similar game, but it wasn't called that. But at any rate, what I love about wrestling is they say, please, whatever you do not try this at home. And fucking every child tries it at home.
I fucking put my brother through my bed, Alex. I pedigreed him through my fucking bed.
Oh, wait. By the way, Duncan the singer accidentally yeeted his wife into the wall because he was going to he was going to spine buster into the
This sounds kinky as fuck already. Keep talking.
It was on the bed. He was about to spine buster. That's right. You pick up last ride. It was the last ride. Kind of
a power bomb.
Kind of a power bomb. That's it. So he was going to power bomb her into the bed, and she kind of at the last minute kind of used her feet to kick out. So he's trying to complete the move downwards, and she is kind of kicking backwards like that. And so she propels herself away as he throws her down, and he effectively throws her into the wall. So it just goes the end. If you watch it on video, not that it's on video, but if you had seen it, you'd have just seen her just kind of getting thrown into the wall. It's oh my god, are you okay? I'm this is just drop my Pepsi. This is clearly a bad idea. This is why people don't do it. Foot pog, yeah, clip that, stick it in. I'll make it.
I mean, most of the wrestling related things that we didn't negatively affect me. I came out of that very well. But the one time that it did affect me is one night, after coming out of the pub, after a heavy night of drinking, I thought it a great idea to deliver an elbow drop onto my friend from the top of a fence. So I climbed the fence and did an elbow drop off the fence. It came out fine. You know, he didn't die, I didn't die. But in the process, and I didn't realise it until much, much later, my wallet had fallen out of my pocket. And it was gone. I'd only had, like, my driving licence for weeks. Like, my provisional driving licence. I'd had it for weeks, and immediately I'd lost it because I'd lost my wallet. Was that Halloween? Yes, it was Halloween. One of the many Halloweens in which everybody else dressed up, and I'm like, too cool for that, fuck you.
Not this year, too That's such a great response. That's such an honest response. I dig that so much. Whole new meaning to the word falling for you. Love it. Love it.
Falling for
These
you
are all good things, though.
with the point of the elbow. Yeah, I mean, they are all haps, but they happened, like, 15 years ago. So
this is how we get distracted.
Hey, says Captain Brilliant. Before you do, hap is the raid that we received from Captain Brilliant. And I've just got something to share with Captain Brilliant, actually, having watched his stream before ours that he used to raid. I found some tools that might be useful for the next time he wanted to do the scenery painting thing that he did. And,
yes.
And he was complaining a little bit about the size of his paintbrush, as many men do. So it was something a bit like that. Yeah, there wasn't much substance to it. In fact, this is probably bigger than the brush he had. Okay, so
tiny brush.
By virtue of being in isolation, I can't actually give him any of these things. So this serves as a ha, fuck you, I've got better brushes than you. I've got this one.
The thing we brag about.
I've got this one, yeah.
Nice.
That would have got you done in half the time. You'd have finished streaming in about 15 minutes with that one. Or if you were really short on time and you're like, I only really want to stream for the length of somebody taking a shit, and then I'm out of here. Like this is definitely a toilet length stream, and then I'm done.
Toilet stream
would have been this one. Look at that one. There. Look at the size of that baby.
That'll paint some shit. I didn't realise
my
it was this kind of
brush is
stream.
much bigger than yours.
I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. It's never big enough, says Jaeger. There's lots of that sort of chat. Look at the size of that thing. Yes, I caught some of that stuff, but then of course, obviously, we had to kind of try and get this sort of thing ready.
Yes, which seems like a brilliant segue to one of your naps. Trying to get set up for this.
Do you know what? That's the least ranty one. Is my fucking webcams. The story of my webcams.
Brackets S plural.
The story of my webcams is long and boring. It's like Beowulf. Nobody wants to fucking hear it.
I like Beowulf.
Do you? Yeah, you're such a contrary fuck.
No, I genuinely like Beowulf.
Who says they like Beowulf?
I like Beowulf. Beowulf's a good story.
Okay. The Beowulf board game shit, though, so, I love how Beowulf became and Beowulf was the subject. My webcams are... I borrowed Captain Brilliant's webcam, and it was beautiful, so I bought my own, and it's shit. It's the same one, and I got it home, and all the settings are different. And by which I mean, I don't mean I haven't changed them yet. I mean, the setup and the options are not the same as the one. So basically, It's almost like there's a massive long con from Orky where they went, we're going to send a fucking fantastic webcam to Captain Brilliant. And then he's going to give he's going to lend it to Jez, and Jez is going to get one that's going to be brilliant. Then, and get this, he's going to lend it to Alex, and Alex is going to buy his own, and that's when we fucking get them. That's when we give them a shit fucking webcam, because this one I'm on at the moment is not as good as the one that I've been using before. No.
But I'm on the same webcam, and it's totally fine. It's totally cool,
And I have gone through this, and I am not...
Oh, and
rubbish
Duff got one as well, and
is.
Duff says his is fine. Yeah, have you played with the color setting stuff? You know, tried to switch up the hue and the saturation and the brightness and the flavor and the glaven.
Captain Brilliant. I was on 2 earlier, and they were awesome. Yeah, the one I was using, it's fucking brilliant. Out of the box, brilliant. This one, it sends me into a fucking labyrinth to find the answers. It's like, answer me these questions 3. Your webcam, you see. And I'm like, fuck you, webcam. So fuck that. It's totally nap. So the problem with this is that now I don't know what to do because this one isn't as good as the other one. I have to get like a 920. Anyway, so what is nap? My fucking webcam, but it still looks beautiful because there's color in the background. So, I mean, and you still kind of see my beautiful face. So I guess you shouldn't complain too much. We'll stitch Alex up over the lights too. Yeah. I mean,
it's like, all of us, you're the one that has like gone, right, here you go. Nice environment in which to stream. This will look fucking beautiful on the camera. Let me just point my camera at this beautiful shit. Oh, fuck.
That's it, isn't it? I've really gone to town on kind of stuff to make the environment good for you.
Whereas I'm like, I guess I could turn a light on.
Like, no, the thing is, and I'm not taking the piss, although that is kind of my like MO. But like, you're sitting in a stock room, and Captain Brilliant is sitting in a kitchen in front of his washing up. You don't deserve good webcams. It's just like, it's not even. It's fuck you all and fuck Orky. It's making the list. Can go on the list. Do you know what? I'm going to say to you? I've never had a problem with Just Eat. I've never had a problem with Just Eat. Just Eat is such a phenomenal company. And every time they order, first time, every time, never had a problem. So, you know. This is what I get. Orky is my Just Eat. So, anyway.
Add it to your list. It's not as big a list as mine, you know, as we're setting a precedent tonight of things not being as big as mine. My paintbrushes, my list, way bigger, mate.
Is there software to download? No, because the drivers were installed already for when I had it from Captain Brilliant.
This isn't some kind of like expensive, massively customizable camera. It is literally plug it into your USB slot and it just fucking works, or it just fucking doesn't. That's really it. Yeah. Like when you go into the like Windows settings that you would normally do to do things, there is nothing there. It's only because OBS has got some slightly more advanced options that you can change the color at all. Like if I'm using this camera in something else, like in Discord or just to talk to people in Skype or whatever, I've got to go into OBS, adjust my color settings because they reset every time I turn my computer off.
Oh, God.
And then go into the program I'm using. So yeah, it's
pay
not
peanut,
perfect.
You get monkeys. But the thing is, Reese, is that you pay. In this case, what was brilliant about this is sometimes you do find a diamond in the rough. Sometimes you do get something which is cheap but actually brilliant.
Like this.
Like normally, the old adage. I've got one of those as well. The old adage is like you get what you pay for, right? Buy cheap, buy twice. So I don't buy cheap, so I don't buy twice. Everything I buy is decent and good because I know that I'm getting good quality. But one time in 100, you just get something come along. And that's, when everyone came to my stream last week and they went, oh my God, that looks phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, it does. And that's £40, motherfucker. And I was so smug.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a reason why this might have gone tits up for you, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Well, maybe we can solve it. I'm sure. Yeah. By the way, I'm sure it's solvable.
It was your cloud of smug. It was karmic retribution.
Well, if that's the case, my life should be much worse than it is, given the amount of. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. Might not have been the answer you were looking for, but yes, I know what you mean.
So. Shall I tell you another nap? Do you have a nap? Would you like a nap, or do you want to nap away?
No, I mean, I don't have any specific nap. It's just a general cloud of nap surrounding me right now.
Actually, you can just respond to my naps.
Yeah, go for it. You take it away.
Okay, I got 2 more. Guys, by the way, I just realised so much of the world is shit, and it's all affecting me. You thought the webcams were bad, right? I've got a problem, and I don't know. I hesitate to say this wound me up like Shed Store wound you up, right? So, like, it is something that's annoyed me. You just fingering your brush there, I see.
I'm just, going from perfect brush to maybe the root of your problem. I'd just throw it out there.
So, Have you smugged up the lens? Oh yeah, all day long, mate, all day long. Do you know the other? Oh, I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. Right. So when I bought this flat, I didn't, I looked around it and made sure it looked okay before I bought it and all that sort of stuff. The thing I was missing one thing that I didn't do, and I noticed that after I've moved in, I noticed that my recycling bin for my normal food waste, my green bin, didn't have a lid. It doesn't have a lid, right? So instead of a lid, it's got like a bit of wood that the last owners have put on top of it. And so I'm like, so they've left me a recycling bin without a lid. Fine. So I rang up, I emailed the council to, God, I fucking hate this so much. I emailed the council to say, I need a replacement bin. It's like damaged or replacement bin, bin lid missing, right? So then I got an email response that said, thank you for your email. We can provide you with a replacement household waste bin. The charge for this is $49.99. Fuck
yourself.
As per, Jez, our fees and charges policy, should you wish to purchase this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I respond, dear whoever the fuck.
Go fuck yourself. Yours, Alex.
I say, dear blah, 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 thank you for your response regarding the bin. Given that the bin has been damaged through no fault of my own, before I bought the flat, why do I have to pay for a replacement? Checkmate, guys, we're done. The response is...
Or so you would believe.
Or so you would think. It gets better. Dear Mr. Borton, thank you for your email. The bins should have been left in good order for your use by the previous occupant when you purchased the property. Please note that over a long period of time, plastic can become brittle and weakened by the environment, and therefore they can become damaged, which can sometimes occur during the emptying process.
Fuck off, Captain Science. Just give me a fucking bin.
The replacement of all green-lidded bins and waste containers will be charged. Charges and replacements are in accordance with our fees and charges, like the last guy said. The charge for replacement green-lidded refuge bin is $49.99, and you can pay for it to arrange delivery. I'm like, so you're just saying the same fucking thing. So I respond, and this is, by the way, those are two different people. That is not the same person. I've been passed to a second person.
It is the same person. They're using different names. This is Shed Store all over again. Fuck you, Faith. Carry on.
So she had said it should have been left in good order by the last occupant. I said, hi, Joe. It's Joe. You're correct. The bins should have been left in good order, but unfortunately they weren't. I'm very happy to pay for things that I have broken, but in this case, I don't see how this is my fault. So they respond, dear Mr. Borton, we would not be able to replace your refuse bin free of charge. For a replacement green bin, it's $49.99 to arrange delivery, ... All right. So then I respond, dear Caroline, three different people. Well, I've had communication from three different people now, each copying and pasting the same information, but either rudely ignoring the points I'm making or just making statements that don't really apply to me. Thank you for sending me the same copied link. I've looked at the discretionary charges, which imply there may be mitigating circumstances in which potentially something might be waived, especially in the case where it's not my fault. But before I get passed on to a different officer for the fourth time, might this request be finally taken seriously by a manager who might actually read it? Or shall I just copy and paste the body of the text below into an email and send it to myself to save me the time? At which point, there was no further communication between me and the council. They never responded to that email.
Oh, it's fucking spoil sports, honestly.
Do you like? I like that.
Oh, that's so.
But they never came back to that one. And that was 2019. That was November 2019. Then last week, I noticed that my bins had not been emptied. I went out onto the street to take my bin in, and all the other bins are around because I live in a flat with 6 people. Not a flat with 6 people. Hanging.
The building has 6 flats.
Yes. So five bins are empty. 1 bin is full of rubbish, my bin, and it is now missing not just the lid, but the handle thing which you use to drag, and is also used to attach the bin men use it to attach it to the back of the lorry.
Yeah, so there it goes.
Yeah. So it now does not possess that thing. Now I don't know how that thing got broken because it's a solid bit of plastic, but I've got some thoughts about it.
But plastic will become brittle when exposed to the elements, Alex. Please see.
Caroline.
Please consult your invoice. Yours sincerely, Faith.
So then what happened was, like, I saw that my bin wasn't up to scratch, and I thought, now I can go back to them, but I won't mention the first bit, otherwise we'll go on 2 verses and 3 choruses of the whole fucking shit again. So I went on to this guy and I said, listen, hi, I got a problem with my bin.
And your refuse collectors broke it.
Yeah, right. So I said, the handle is now gone, right? And he said, now, do you know how it got broken? And I'm like, listen, I'm going to level with you, mate. Of course I fucking don't. I don't say this, but I'm saying this to you, right? Of course I don't fucking know. Nobody looks at their bins unless they're putting the bin bag in it or they're taking the bin to the curb. No one studies their fucking bin. That's some good refuse collection right there. Yeah. Oh, what's he doing? He's manhandling that shit. No one pays attention to their bin. So when people ask, how do you know how that got broken? No, I don't know how it got broken. But I'll tell you now, it wasn't me, because A, it's hard to fucking break solid plastic, and B, why the fuck would I want to be doing that? And it's not someone else, because there isn't a spate of people just wandering around thinking, do you know what we get a kick out of? Let's go and break someone's bin, because A, they wouldn't bother, and B, they wouldn't be able to break it too. Occam's razor has an answer, which is that maybe the process of fucking being put in a metallic object and hoisted up a few times was probably broken it. So I said, I don't know, but I'm going to suspect that it was probably broken by the bin men, I said, thinking. And he went, right, because if it was already broken before and it was the previous occupants, I'm like, no. It broke recently, broke like last week, between now and then. That's probably why they didn't take the bin, I opined. And he said, no. Even if it was broken, they would still have taken it. So now we're in a situation where the reason they didn't take it wasn't because of the broken bit. They just selectively decided they couldn't be fucked with my bin. Now, they don't know who I am. They don't know that I'm a terrible, obtuse cunt. So they have no reason to, like, selectively not take my bin, because if they did know me, they'd have a reason. So they've just kind of missed my bin out for no reason. And the other thing is that obviously some people who are young probably don't know that in the past you used to actually have to pick the bins up and put them in the back. So that is a process that they can still do. So this guy went, okay, well, I'll pass your bin request on, but we'll also get them to come round and come back round and spin round and pick up the bin.
If they broke the bin, surely they could have just taken the entire thing and just shoved the entire bin into the lorry, because it's fucking useless to you now, right? And just needs to be crushed and taken away. So, like, if you'd have come out there and been like, there is no bin, that would have been much better than just, shit, we broke his bin. Oh, well, let's put it back over there, not emptied. He'll be happy with that.
So, exactly. I mean, they could have done something, but as it was, they didn't do anything. They just left it there and carried on. So the guy then obviously has to tell them, amongst other people who've complained, because it says ring up within the day, and they come back round again, and they make a sweep of all the people that they haven't bothered to do the first time round. And I'm like, you have one job, right? You have one job. And by the way, I checked my bin today, which has been brought back in again by one of the guys who does that sort of thing around here. And I think my bin was full and there's still one bag in it. So they came back and didn't empty it completely. They came back to my house, tipped in half of it.
They didn't
and then tip.
They reached in and grabbed what they could, and then like, it's too far down.
They did. No, it's too far. Who is told you got the job wrong? And they went, let us fuck with this guy. Let's get the job half right. And then 2 weeks' time, the joke's on fucking us. Like, who does that? So after all of this, they still came round and they still weren't able to empty the bin. So no, I don't have a bin. No, they won't give me a new bin. Well, that's in the fucking balance. To be continued, motherfuckers. And that is what I'm fucked off about.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I did a little quick search, and a bin costs just as much on Amazon as it does from Folkestone District Council. So you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I should say I looked this up as well at the time, wondering whether I could get my own bin for fucking super cheap. Like, this is, what I should do, and I'm sorry, I haven't been reading the chat because I'm ranting directly into camera, but like, I could just kind of get rid of it. Just fucking, it's just gone missing. The storm blew it away, mate. Now you have to get, like, they'd never believe me, but they have no reason. I mean, what they've got no evidence. So anyway, that is what has fucked me off. I hope you enjoyed that. I wasn't reading chat because I couldn't. But
they were enjoying it.
They were fucking guys. Honestly, the saga, the cosmic drama goes on. I'll let you know what happens. Will Alex? By the way, this is McDonald's. This is the hill I'll die on. I'm not paying $49.99. They can fuck Joe, Caroline, and Liam can all go fuck themselves. And everybody I've spoken to, I'm getting the bin. I'm getting this fucking bin. I will not pay for a bin.
Sorry, so could you imagine waking up and the bin men just fucking nicked your bin? Like, I have had for the last fortnight, not my bin, not my wheelie bin. I have had the neighbour's wheelie bin that has their door number on it in massive, like, vinyl letters, numbers, whatever, vinyl characters. Yeah. Because when I went out to collect my bin 2 weeks ago tomorrow, the only bin left in the street was that one. All the others have been taken in, including my neighbours who have my bin with no numbers on it. Just sat there in their front thing. I'm like, right, was your door number on your bin not a giant fucking clue for you?
Clue that you probably put there yourself.
Yeah. Christ.
What was the point of buying those numbers?
So like today, as I put my bin out for collection tomorrow morning, I've kind of put it like half in front of their house, so that hopefully when they put their bin out, hey, that's our bin. Oh, well, we'll put this one over by his house then. But I don't think they're that clever even.
Do you know, there's some stuff that probably shouldn't go in that bin. Stuff that I found that I've had for a while. Do you know, I used to have those Donkey Konga bongo things. What's that? You know, the kind of drumming game that came with the GameCube, and you have drums for... I can't remember it, but anyway, you drum along to Donkey Kong shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, they look shit. They're never going to work. I'll fucking get
Donkey
rid of them.
Kong Congo.
Yeah. It's a good game, but I couldn't find the actual disc. All I had was the bongos. They're totally useless, dirty as fuck, scuffed up and shit. Never going to be sold. Fucking get rid of them. That lamp, that shit, break this shit down. All this stuff that probably shouldn't go in household waste, but probably needs to be taken to the physical tip. But as you all know, we're not in really a position to do that. We'd have to book a slot. And what I decided to do was just like shove it all down and shove it into my bin. So they just dump it in there and it all just goes. And every time I come down,
you yeet it in the bingo.
You're preaching to the choir here. Obscure and stupid console peripherals. I'm your guy. By the way, I knew you'd know. In my head, I'm like, Sora will know. But yeah, so I have been pushing my luck with the bin men. Keep putting relentless other shit in that bin. But I don't know. It's every other Thursday. So it's a week tomorrow. A week tomorrow, guys. What are they going to do? I might put... Oh, man. Like...
So is it your recycle... You said it's your recycling bin?
No, it's my food waste bin. We have a recycling one for the entire place, so that's fine. That's out tonight. It's my food. It's my bin. Like, it's not even...
Have we got different bins in the same town? That's dumb. There you go.
It's green. It's green top bin, right?
A big wheelie bin?
Hmm.
And you put food in there? Like
the kitchen waste. Kitchen shit that I throw in the kitchen.
Huh. I've got a little one for that.
Oh, well, not like when I say food waste, like fucking...
Just general refuse.
General refuse.
Got you. Non-recyclable shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Got you. That is now. But it's also kind of hilarious, so there you go.
It is so shit, isn't it? The highlight of that was obviously the email. It is, I have to say, a pretty superciliously cunty thing to write. But they fucking started it. And if you call down the fire, you're going to get it. Don't fuck with me. I can write, motherfucker. I don't need Grammarly. Writing's hard. It isn't. It's fucking easy. Go fuck yourself, Grammarly. Grammarly can get in the fucking sea. You wait.
We're not.
One more effort.
Cool it, man. Calm down. We're not there yet. We've still got some more.
I'm so angry.
Some more naps.
The name's Waste. General Waste.
Do you have any more naps before I open it to the chat for naps and for haps? Because I haven't got any haps. Well, I've got a kind of hap, more. But there you go. Wolfie, hello. Oh, woo! Welcome.
Hey, Future. Dropped into his stream earlier, actually, because he was playing Tony Hawk's, and I bloody love Tony Hawk's. And it took me back instantly. I'm like, oh, my God. And at one point, he's like, yeah, this was kind of our generation. I thought, oh, no. oh no, I'm not like 20 anymore. But it was fun to watch. I do really want to buy me some Tony Hawks. But Alex, what's the Wild Hunt? You're the fucking Wild Hunt, mate. You want to find out what the Wild Hunt is? Join me again on the Tuesday Night Kill stream.
Cha-ching. Come on then, man. I don't think you're going to top the last nap, but lay it on me.
No, I can't top it because that was you got to start strong. I can't top it because this isn't as good, but I got mistakenly, I got onto Tinder. Okay, I may have mentioned this before, but so when I was on Tinder before, I got matched last night with a girl called Roxanne, who is 6 miles away from me, and I thought she's really pretty. I had two thoughts in my head. Okay, one is she's really pretty, and the other is I think I would have remembered her. Right now, let me give you some sort of background. Right. I don't. If you don't know what Tinder is, by the way, where have you been living? I mean, you might be married or in a relationship, and you never knew how it worked. But for the purpose of the tape, Tinder is a dating app, and you can swipe left or right on people's faces. And left is no, thank you, and right is yes, please, and straight up is a super like, of which you only have one if you are signed up to the basic package. And a couple of years ago, before Isabeau, I was on it. And I wasn't getting any matches. Nobody liked me. And I honestly didn't have a problem with that because I'm super fucking picky and don't settle. So I was like, no. So it went on like that for a little bit.
I've seen you swiping on Tinder. He is massively discerning. It's like he's swiping through like, no. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, I know. I'm really discerning, right?
You didn't even want to give that a chance, honestly?
No. Right. That's how I roll. Now, I should say at this point, my friend who used to work with, he said, listen, I'll get you some dates, mate. Let me tell you how I do it, right? What I do is I swipe yes on everybody. So I just go swipe as fast as I can fucking swipe. Swipe. I can fucking making it rain. I swipe on everybody. Fucking proper top bin. And then, of the people that match, I then look at the matches and unmatch those I don't like until I'm down to the person I do like. And I was like, yes, that's the same process I'm doing, only I'm doing it a different way. I am already discerning out those people. You're basically reaching the same part, but going the different way around. Anyway.
I'd swipe yes on you, day planner, says Wolfington.
Did you say yes? Day planner. Thank you very much. It means a lot. I'm obviously doing something right. I'll put that in my bio. So yeah, back when I was doing it the first time, I got this match. And I'm like, oh, that's odd. That's nice. Oh, she's very pretty. So I looked at her and she had this very curly hair. And I really dig that. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. I don't remember you. And her name, right, I would have remembered her. Her name was Mucky. Mukki. Her name was Mucky. You'd remember that name.
You would remember that name. Also, you would have swiped no on that name for sure.
Yeah, right. So Mucky with the beautiful hair, and it says you super liked Mucky, but I only get one super like every month, and
you've never used it ever.
And I've never used it. So I put it to you, says Sherlock Holmes, that I may have worked out that some shit is going on here. That Tinder, fearful that this motherfucker ain't getting any matches, sends a little pity match, probably with some beautiful AI, my way, that will kind of keep me enticed for a little bit, where I go, how are you? And it says something like, I am good. How is work? I enjoyed it muchly. And then I talk for a little bit until beep, boop, and then it just drops off enough to keep me playing the game.
Like, so if this person was kind of interested in me, then I'll persevere. You're going to do this for me, Tinder. Come on. I'll just have to super like someone else, and then they'll talk to me too. Keep going.
Right. So categorically, it is proven that they do that. I've just proven it. So that was 2 years ago. I'm now single again. I'm on it again. And then I get this girl come up to me, match with me. And I'm like, she is pretty and she's 6 miles away, but she's not super mucky levels of they jump the shark on that one too much. This girl is just beautiful. I mean, I don't know what the distinction is. Doesn't really matter. But I'm like, wow, yeah, I would have swiped on you. I would have remembered. I'm like, wait a minute. I know what you're doing. So I think this is happening again. So and once again, I'm fucked off with Tinder. I'm not even really playing Tinder, but the thing is, it messaged me to say someone likes you, and I'm like, okay, I'll be hooked in. Oh, you're playing that game. So now I don't know what to write. I was thinking maybe we should write. In the off chance that she's a real person, I'm just stupid and I forgot her.
Just message, no thanks, Tinder. We'll wait for the DLC. Send.
I was going to say, I thought maybe 6 miles is a bit too far for temporary fanny. 6 miles? 6 miles isn't very far, really. 6 miles is like Cheriton. It takes me 6 miles to get to Jez.
That really isn't 6 miles.
No, that is not 6 miles at all.
It's like
6
halfway
miles
to
is like,
Dover.
Yeah, 6 miles is like down to Hythe, maybe.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It's
certainly close enough. It's certainly close enough, anyway.
Yeah, it's close enough to go and get your dick wet. Let's make that right and clear.
Yeah. I mean, 20 miles. 20 miles is Canterbury. I go to Canterbury for it, but also I don't really give it. But anyway, so what am I unhappy about? Fucking Tinder. And I really thought maybe we could construct a message where I say, "Dear," in fact, I might have tried this before. "Dear Tinder AI, please stop fucking with me." Unless you're a real girl, in which case, please get back to me.
Risky Recipe H. 6 miles ain't shit if it's free.
I said, hey, sorry, I presume that says Tinder. Hey, sorry, Tinder is always sending me bots to try and trick me. You're too beautiful to be real, so obviously I'm being cautious. Are you real? Do you know, I thought as well, saying
that can only end well, right? Like, sorry, I don't believe you're a real person because you're too fucking sexy. How is anybody going to take offense to that if that is actually a real person?
Tinder is always sending me bots to try and trick me. You're too beautiful, real. So obviously I'm being cautious. Are you real? And by the way, if I send that to her, and I will, if she responds, beep, boop, I am Tinder robot, I think I'll just marry her there and then.
Beep, boop, so good point. I will take my artificial vagina away now. Thank you for your time.
That would be just the funniest reaction. Oh, man. So anyway,
I have been made. Error 404 exiting.
Not found. What is this love you speak of? So that's it. Bins, Tinder, webcam. I'm fucked off with everything. The only saving grace is that one fucking amazing happened this week. So we'll get onto that. Let's
get on to it now. I mean, we haven't had any naps from the chat yet, so now is the time. Drop your naps. I'm paying attention to the chat for all of 3.5 seconds. Get that in, and then you can drop your haps as
it's hap.
As we don't shut Alex up for a good few minutes when he talks about his first hap. This is the weirdest time to turn on sound. Yeah. My only one, says Jaeger, is not covering noses with their masks. Yes.
People not covering... Yes, yeah. That's a bugbear of Jez.
It is a bugbear of mine, yeah. Wearing a face nappy.
He says it all the time during NFL.
Like, the other day, they were like, it's now been a year since this pandemic began, and still people are not wearing face masks over their nose. Side note, it takes less time to train a child to not to use a nappy anymore.
I was laughing at Future Wolverhampton. I have to resist the urge to punch someone in the nose when their mask is under it.
Right? I mean, that's not very COVID friendly, so that's why we don't. But I saw a video today of a person who went into a shop and had cut a hole in the front of their mask, and when the guy took out his phone and filmed what was happening, and was like, can't help but notice you've cut a hole there. What's that about? Asked completely innocently, what's the deal with the hole in the mask? And it's like, obviously we have to wear these masks, but it's kind of difficult to breathe in them, so I did a thing. I'm like,
I just cut a hole in it. I'm flipping through the chat now. I can actually pick it up and read it. People who drop their mask to speak with you, says Miss Isley.
Grab that one.
Fuck yes. Oh my god.
I've
I'm
walked past
increasingly
people
COVID
in...
unfriendly.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've walked past people in Asda who haven't covered their nose, and I'm just like, look, the moron wants the virus. Hey, that's a great way of doing it. Like, shame is a fantastic teaching tool as far as I'm concerned.
The thing is, the people who are doing this are like the kind of people who think it's a hoax, right? I was on my friend's. This friend of mine is on Facebook and was saying some stuff about the vaccine, and she's kind of like, you're friends with people that agree with you largely. It's how it's worked out. So like most of the people I'm friends with, in fact, to a man, I don't know anyone that disagrees, as it were. But someone came on and went, well, obviously it's all a hoax. It's all nonsense. So I'm not wearing a mask. And everyone just went, ha, 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 man, good one. Thinking he was just like making a super funny joke. And then he kept going, it's just like the Twin Towers, really. I mean, we knew that Building 7 when it went down unassisted. And I'm like, oh no. Is that he wasn't joking? everyone kept, after he got banned from that, although the person whose chat it was just kind of like unfriended him and got rid of him. Everyone was like, was that guy not joking then? And everyone thought it was a joke.
All by your block.
Yeah, fucking hell. So these people who aren't wearing masks are ready for a fight. They want to fight.
They want to be confronted. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's better just to ignore these people. People hate being ignored. I fucking love ignoring people.
Maybe I should like try and train them in the same way that I train my cats and my in-law's dog, and I'll just take a spray bottle out with me, and it's like every time I see somebody not wearing a mask, probably it's like shh, in the face. Bad COVID denier. Psh.
Yeah, you should do that.
Psh, psh. What are you doing? Like, yeah, well, if you were wearing a mask, you wouldn't be wet right now.
What is this obsession with wanting to deny shit happened?
It's just that people think that they know everything, and that no matter of evidence can convince them that that what they believe is wrong. Like you can have conversations with people, stack up the evidence, and they're like, "Nah, I think I'll just believe what I want to believe." Actually, I'm like, this is not how this works. You can't. This is not a thing. You can't just keep obtusely believing what you want to believe when presented with incontrovertible evidence. Go fuck yourself. By the way,
I mean, yeah. But there's trackers in the vaccine. Are you fucking kidding me? And 5G caused it. What the fuck is wrong with these people? What I love, and I was talking to Brilliant earlier. Yes, sorry, Karen. Traxine. They should have called it that. They would have called it that.
I wish they put a tracker in it so I could call it that. I'm going to get the Traxine.
I do love how these guys who are clearly not sharp enough to realize that they're talking bollocks still seem to have a massive access to all this data set of scientific information that the government and scientists don't have. It's just like, this is obviously bullshit. Can you show you're working? Well, not really, but I do believe it fervently. It's like, well, where's your evidence, man? That's how the rest of it. Where's your empirical evidence? Anyway,
I do love that people just turn up on random things now on Facebook and Twitter, and when people just talk bullshit, they're like, "Show you're working," and that's all they put.
Show you're working.
And
yeah.
That derails the dickheads immediately.
Do you know?
Nap says Rooster. He's got a good. I've lost it now. It was so long ago. Where is it? Good 2 inches of the white bullshit outside. Nap. I think that should go in your Tinder profile, to be honest.
I've got a good 2 inches.
Good 2 inches of white bullshit.
I'll send that to Roxanne.
Inquire with him.
The world is flat.
2 inches of white bullshit.
This is it. Future Wolfington. I was thinking about this the other day. Like fucking, who was it? Like Pythagoras was. People were thinking that the world was round an awful fucking long time ago. How is it that people have gone like, by the way, guys, I want to be a special snowflake. So how about I posit the suggestion that the world is flat and we all run with that shit? I'm like, how was it that Pythagoras knew? Like, when the fuck did he live? Someone Google that shit for me. Like, I don't know, 600 BC or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Was it Pythagoras?
I don't know.
I thought it was some random Italian bloke in like the mid 14th century or something, and he actually was executed for believing, like
Galileo, or
yeah,
you know, so many. I think, I don't know. Someone fact check that shit.
Citation needed.
Citation needed. But the bottom line is, I feel like, why did Gary from Hounslow think that he knows more? What happened that made you think there's like, do you know what? I think, Margaret, I think I might have solved this problem, right? I mean, the ships don't fall off the edge, but I know that they disappear. So clearly it's, I mean, who, what? Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Or trying to think.
Jaeger's nap. Some butter making me watch a non-gaming stream and me enjoying it. Well,
are you enjoying it? I'd love that you're enjoying it.
I don't like to say I told you so.
I hate to say I told you so.
Who am I fucking kidding? I love to say I told you so. And I told you so. Like, there's a whole back catalogue of 33 episodes for you to go back and watch on YouTube. Just saying.
I did say to him last night, I said, Jaeger, you know that Don't Get Me Started is just me and Jez wisecracking. It's going to be a bit...
You know all that stuff you like on our gaming streams where we like just talk bullshit and not actually concentrate on the game? That's what we're doing here. That is it. But it's more ranty. Not
playing a game.
And we take the piss out of things, and you love that. I just don't understand this stubborn not watching it thing. So just try it. That's all you got to do. Like, try anything once. Just do it.
Nap, my job thinks after the second dose we're going to be invincible, says little cute girl. Are we not? I want to be invincible. I'd love to be invincible. Just run around breathing on people.
That's if she gets a second dose, because, worldwide, it seems, people are getting their first dose, but as far as the second dose comes, nope, sorry, we were out of stock. See you later. Enjoy having wasted your time with the first dose.
Haps. Any other haps for happiness?
Well, we were on naps there, so now we move to the haps. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, did we not? Okay. Oh, yeah. I guess we still. The thing is, we will forever be. COVID is always such a great. Like, we will always be bewildered. Every week we're bewildered at the stupidity of others, and next week we will be again. There needs to be a moratorium where we just stop, and if someone mentions it, we're like, we know. We're never going to work this out. That would make for a shit Don't Get Me Started, to be honest. Like, right, so what's NAP? No, we know that. Next. Just COVID.
No, we know that too. Right. Well, that's all the time we've got here on Don't Get Me Started. We're not allowed to talk about anything.
Hey, Jez, how about we have a corner that's just Conspiracy Corner, and we reveal a conspiracy? I mean...
I love that.
We all talk about things that people... We will find some really out there conspiracies... and then we'll just discuss conspiracy of the week, so we can all feel superior.
We can go on like a secret agent type mission and infiltrate like QAnon and just get in there and just listen to their bullshit and just report it back all the time. Like,
I'll work on that.
This is what QAnon believe is happening this week. Lizards have taken over Domino's Pizza.
Hopefully, they'll bring the price down. But
hopefully they'll close it down. Fuck Domino's Pizza. Eat that in the
Tyreek Hill thinks he's a lizard man.
He thinks he is a lizard man.
Yes, he dropped it on Twitter. It was a couple of years ago when I was still playing fantasy.
That's not even how the conspiracy theory thing works.
He thinks really
that government are the lizard people.
No,
he's
Tyreek Hill.
He's even got it fucking wrong at a conspiracy level. He's like, no, I'm a lizard. I'm like, okay, well, we can prove this right or wrong immediately, dudes. You know, it may end your career, but cut your fingers off.
You're gonna need those fingers. I know this because the fantasy footballers reported it, and when they do the Halloween special, they all dress up as various things, and one of them dressed up as like a lizard man wearing a Tyreek Hill shirt. It's quite funny. They're good. They're funny guys. So yeah, I think he said it on Twitter. And I think he said, and they were all like, ha, 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 it's a good joke. And then they realized that he was being serious.
Jez saying, fuck Domino's. I stand by it. I stand by it. It is a long-standing opinion of mine. Domino's is shite. Deal with it.
I like Domino's, but then I don't have any. I like them all. I quite like Pizza Hut, actually.
I love Pizza Hut.
If I had to choose.
Fantastic. I pretty much like any pizza except for Domino's. Domino's just tastes like powder.
Keris is steering us back.
Yeah, Keris is like, let's move this along, motherfuckers. So yeah,
it's good, well produced.
Haps, drop your hap in.
Keris says, Hap, did you see those bucks? Oh my fucking God. Did I see those Bucks? You want to get me started? Don't get me started on the fucking Bucks. The Bucks were fucking incredible. Then they went incredibly shit for a bit, which is as is their want.
As is the tradition.
Yes, it's a tradition. Normally we're shit in the first half, come back in the third quarter, or we just demolish them. But in games that are close,
or was the case in the early regular season, just shit, you know. Or last season, shit with a side dish of 4 interceptions from Jameis Winston.
Yeah, absolutely. But this year,
the fucking ears.
When we beat the Saints, and I remember saying, it'll be tough, but we will come back. There's a way to come back. There's always a way to come back. What I thought was brilliant is that we beat the Packers, and when Brady threw 4 interceptions, the Packers weren't good enough to capitalize. When we got 3 from the Saints, we scored every time. Packers didn't know how. We just defensed them. We were like, okay, Brady fucked it up. Defense sorted it out and just dug us out of a hole every time. And by the end of it, oh my God, what a game. We're in the fucking Super Bowl. I have never been in this position. I've never liked sports so much. When I went out with Isabeau, she's like, when I first got together with you, you were talking about how much you like La La Land and musicals. And I thought you're a funny, handsome guy. I'm praising, paraphrasing. A funny, handsome guy who isn't into sports. And then secretly, you're into sports. I was like, yeah, I kept that one secret. But don't worry, it won't come up. But then she got on the fan train. We both have, I found it today, our joint Bucks UK fan club membership.
That's expired.
And now I can expire, but they keep sending me shit. I don't think they get. There's just one dude in I don't know, fucking Peckham sending that shit out. I don't give a fuck.
His mailing list is a fucking Word document, and your email address has not been deleted from it yet.
Yeah, it's just he didn't go right. It's the 31st of December. Which cunts can go? He just does not give two shits.
Because if he adds any extra information next to your email address, he can't just go Control A, Control C, change window, Control V, and send. Because that's all the fucking guy wants to do.
Yeah. So anything for an easy life. But at any rate, I have never been so excited about sport in my life. I'm so fucking thrilled. This shit's happening. And I truly believe we can win. So I'm so happy.
My related hap is that the Packers are not in the Super Bowl. Thank you very much, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You're welcome.
You have my support for the Super Bowl by virtue of putting out the relentless dickheads that are the Green Bay Packers.
And you're going to lose to the Chiefs. Well, you say the Chefs. You might have also been taking the piss out of them, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Wolfie would say that because they're a Packers fan.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Fair enough. So Alex is team 1. By the way, yes.
Correct.
Alex the takeaways from this, Captain Brilliant, is that Alex is team 1. Yeah.
TLDR, Alex is team 1. Go Sports. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I mean,
I was talking to someone. Catch up on some haps while you're talking.
Sure. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, after the Saints, which should have been it was a hard game. We'd lost them twice in the regular season, and my friend was like, well, that was a bit close. I'm like, well, we picked them off 3 times, and we did all this other stuff in our defense. So I don't know what game you were watching, but we dominated that game. And suddenly I started to believe, and I'm like, okay, the Packers are hard. That could be a tough game. And we beat them. So now my feeling is like, well, if you've beaten 2 fucking amazing teams, you have as much a shot as anybody else. So I'm very happy. You understand is that it's never us. It's never my team in the final. And now it is. So super happy. Super happy.
Super happies from the chat. I'm just going to blast through a few of them.
Do it.
Sora says, Hap, Jaeger's here. Whoop, finally. Jaeger says, getting in the spirit of it immediately, Hap, I'm getting some awesome Punisher art. That is cool. As in, to hang on your wall, to do as a tattoo.
That is nice.
What we talking here?
Yeah.
Nova says, Sonia Gomez, the ensign that spilled a drink on Picard, is going to be in season 2 of Lower Decks.
Really?
I suppose that's Hap if you like Lower Decks, but...
That's the woman who spilt something on Picard. That in the episode Q Who, right? So I think it's in that episode. She comes up and she walks into him and spills it, and she goes, "Oh my God, it's all over you!" And he goes, "Yes, Ensign, it's all over me." And fun continuity fact about that is that when you look back in that scene, the drip, the spill is much bigger in the second take than it is in the first one. Just saying. Just like stupid fucking shit. But that is interesting to me.
I think you have missed everyone's haps and naps, says Karis. I haven't. I just went back. I do remember a hap from way at the beginning. I'm never going to find it, so if you want to post it again, please do, but I'll paraphrase otherwise. Carmen said hap, his mother had received the COVID vaccine, which is totally hap. People receiving the vaccine is hap.
That is true. That is true. I don't recognise this name. Risky Recipe. Bro, I got fired from Domino's and I still love that pizza. Why did you get fired from Domino's? That's half a story, man. Tell us more. Risky.
They're like, so what you do in this last stage is you just take this pot of powder and you fucking coat the pizzas in it. And he's like, man, I've got principles, man. I'm not doing that. Pizza shouldn't be fucking powdery. It's like, well, this is Domino's. Go fuck yourself. If you won't put powder on the pizza, you're fired. And that's what happened. There you go. I told the story for him. Shall we move on to the next segment?
Please.
Where would you like to go? Shall we yeet some things into the sea?
Oh, yes. Before I would say this, is that Captain Brilliant rightly says, our team on home ground. Yes, we're hosting the Super Bowl. It's never happened. It's going to happen. So we're... and something I can do, apparently, is take a photo of myself and submit it, and they will make a cardboard cutout of me and put it in the stands, apparently. But, like, I can't imagine that's going to... I don't know that loads of people... Well, maybe hundreds of thousands of people will do it, but I think I'll fancy my chances.
Have a go, yeah.
Wait. Look at this. Risky Recipe. I love this. I caught the manager. This is the why you got fired. I caught the manager taking money and calling it the nightly tax. Fuck me. And you got fired? Fuck. I love it. Anyway, yes. Where do we want to go?
Let's move on to yeeting things into the sea.
Yeah.
And this is where we play a sting. If we had one. So, I still haven't got a sting for it. Deal with it. We'll get there when we get there. So, first of all, Carmen says, I'm yeeting Vince McMahon and the crack that he is smoking in the fucking sea. Have you heard what Vince McMahon has done this week, which can potentially piss people off?
I have not. Didn't he sell the company to someone?
He's not sold the company. He sold the WWE network in the States to NBC for them to have on their Peacock streaming services.
Cool. Okay.
Doesn't affect the rest of the world.
Isn't Peacock free? Is it one of the free ones that you've got?
It is. Part of it is free, but in order to access the WWE stuff on Peacock, you have to have their paid subscription, which is
of course that would make sense.
$5 a month with commercials, or $10 a month without.
Okay.
So the same price as the WWE network is already.
All right, fair enough.
Net change, nothing. Other than, and here's the kicker, Vince McMahon is now $1 billion richer.
1 billion. That's like so much money.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah. That's not a good investment.
No, not really. I mean, I don't know how many people use the network, but
there are 500,000 subscribers in the US.
Hey, look, it's always going to be popular. Maybe it pays off. I don't know. I mean, what's the return on investment on that? You wouldn't buy it without knowing that. You've got to say, what is my return on my investment? And presumably, NBC thinks they've got a good one. So fine.
Do you have something? Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, I'm just checking, but I know I can't leave that. Otherwise, I'm gonna. Right. Okay. Do I have something? What to put in the sea?
Yes, something that needs to go in the sea.
Just to explain, we put things in the sea to get fucking rid of them. Like we're on a desert island and we have everything in the world and we want to get rid of things. So we are throwing stuff in the sea. The thing I was in the supermarket today and something annoyed me for like the billionth time, as it were. And I've seen it so much happening. It only struck me at how much it annoys me today when I was looking through the chilled section in Morrison, the discount cheapo section that they've like marked down all these discount yellow stickers. So there's all these chickens and stuff like that. I've got some chicken for like super cheap and coleslaw. And in amongst it is something that looks good, but hasn't been reduced, the reduced section. So in every reduced section, there's always something that the staff never put there. there's always something that another shopper has got round with their fucking trolley and gone, oh, actually, I don't want this, so I'll put it here. And they opt for some reason to fucking put it in the discount section. So then everyone later goes, oh my God, really? That's discounted? Oh, no, it's just regular price. And then puts it back. There's always one fucking stupid item. And what I want to put in the C, I don't know, is that fucking dude that fucking does that. Who?
I mean, I might be in the C here, because if I'm walking around a supermarket and I'm not massively discerning about what I buy, I'm just looking for some stuff, or I'm in there for a snack, or like for dinner for the night, or whatever. If I have something in my basket or my trolley, and I get to the reduced section, I'm like, hey, there's a thing that I could also eat, but is, vastly cheaper than the thing I've already got. Yeah, I'll take that. And I've got this thing. Oh, well, go fuck yourself. It goes on the shelf, and I'm gone.
Right. Now, yes, so you can get in the C, but at least you've explained it, because I couldn't work out why they do that. But of course, they've already got ham, and then they find the ham, and then they go, oh, right. Well, or like they were selling whole chickens. I thought of you, Captain Brilliant. And I thought, I don't need a whole chicken, nor would I know where to put it.
Thank you, Recipe for the
Recipe. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be reading out your shit. I love what you're doing here, by the way. I love what you've said. Yeah. So, they've got a chicken and gone like, oh, there's a cheaper chicken. I'll take the cheaper one and put that in there. But that brings me on to the second thing. I would walk around the supermarket with Isabeau, and I would say, actually, do you know what? Those crisps are much better. Not in the discount section, just regular shit. And I'm like, okay. And then I would go to put the stuff we wanted originally anywhere. And she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, never realized it was a massive bugbear of hers. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just putting it back anywhere. And she was like, yeah. I used to work in a supermarket, and people fucking hate that shit. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't work in a supermarket. Yeah. I have a good job.
And so robots can't do this thing, finding things that shouldn't be on shelves and putting them on other shelves. So I'm keeping you in a job. Go fuck yourself.
You're fucking welcome.
I'll put things where I want.
I'll do what I want. So she was and every time then, once I knew this thing about her, I'd just go and like try and put. I said, we don't need this, do we? And she'd be like, no. And I'd be like, so I'm just going to. And she'd look at me, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What's the problem?
Just look at her dead in the eyes as you go.
Whilst eating something on MasterChef. I'm so curious about. So that's what I'm eating. Really, is just like, oh my God, maybe that whole thing, maybe putting things. Maybe I've just been kind of manipulated into it, but now I just can't put things back in the wrong place now. But now that relationship is over, so I think I might go back to Morrison's and just swap everything in the whole store. Just spend 2 hours picking shit up and just taking it into other places. And then like that night, they'll be like, okay, so how many objects are in the wrong place? They're like, 67. Like
they go straight to the cameras like, well, this must be happening for a reason. It's just some guy in a red hoodie going, this doesn't belong here. Silly Tesco.
Like surreptitiously doing it like in the tomato soup, and it's still the Heinz is like a red can, and just swapping the soup about, but ostensibly you wouldn't notice until you got home. It's like, oxtail, can't.
If you wanted to really, really annoy someone, and on this kind of vein, instead of going into a supermarket, what you need to do is go into a corner shop or a newsagent or something like that. Go to their chocolate bars and just turn every top row of the chocolate bars over. Just turn all the chocolate bars over. Or grab a pile of them from the top and then grab the bottom pile, put the ones you picked up first at the bottom, and then swap them around, because they like rotate things for date and stuff. So you're getting the freshest at the bottom. You just swap them around. Like, fuck you, they're going to expire. Get the fucked. Just turn everything over, fuck everything up, and make people have to work.
Their supply chain planners will be
what
like,
else are they going to do?
Just try. 67, man, you really didn't move much. I don't know why I picked 67. Like when you're talking, you just just start saying numbers.
I mean, surely you'd be like busted by 67. Like they'd look at the cameras every now and again, like, hey, this guy is still here and hasn't got anything in his basket.
One time, a friend of ours, who maybe I won't mention their name because it's outrageous, decided to get in a wheelchair and wheel himself round, pretending to be wheelchair bound, as it were. And of course, nobody in Tesco's could come up to him and say, stop being a dickhead, for the chance that maybe he did need a wheelchair.
No, you can't
so
take that risk. Yeah.
And he had to wheel himself around the whole time. You can't take that risk. And I think they might have known he was taking the piss when he got one of us to bowl him a tomato and he hit it with a cucumber. So I think at that point, the fucking jig was up. But
Did you know, and I learned this week, that apparently, not now during COVID land, obviously, but there is a lucrative business for people who are in wheelchairs to rent a person in a wheelchair to take with you to like Disneyland or Alton Towers or whatever, so that
like
you can.
Concert.
You're like, like I'm with a disabled person. Obviously, I can't stand here and wait all day. And like, to queue jumping, and obviously, like, it's a fucking great deal for like anybody who's wheelchair bound, because not only do they get a free day out at wherever, they also get paid for it as well. The gesture, can we break your legs? Hey, I tell you what, when I did have a broken leg, I got none of these benefits. I wasn't even allowed to park in a disabled spot. I had to hobble my way across the car park, nearly getting run over 6 times. You have to be permanently disabled to get anything. Like, just having a broken leg doesn't cut it, apparently. But I couldn't, I couldn't walk, so I was disabled for 6 weeks, as far as I'm concerned.
You have to have a badge?
Give me a temporary badge.
Oh, why are these cookies with the washing up tablets? Red Riding Hoodie strikes again. Red Riding Hoodie. Oh, fucking hell.
I thought someone was genuinely asking that for a second. I'm like, what?
Welsh Nana K. No, they don't get paid enough to play your silly game, poor shop workers. I mean, obviously...
That sounds like a Tesco problem to me.
It sounds like it's not my problem.
Yeah.
I work from home.
I don't get paid anything to piss them off, you understand? Like, I'm not gaining financially from this. This is just some kind of, like, sick game that I play for my own enjoyment. Can I eat something into the sea?
Yes.
So, I didn't have a thing to eat into the sea until a little earlier, and it was reminded to me that this fucking pisses me off to no end. I was watching TV. I was watching some kind of game show network, and I've got the volume on quite quiet because I'm prepping things for this. I'm just generally like browsing around, and it comes to the commercial break, and it's so much fucking louder than the actual television program. And it's like, man, this is always a thing. Why are like commercials, adverts, so much louder than the television program? It's
louder.
like, how is this allowed? Like, why aren't people complaining about this? How has this been left to stand? So I'm taking a stand, and the phenomenon of commercials being louder than television programs is going in the fucking sea.
In it goes with a massive sploosh. Okay, now it's gone. And you follow it apparently for putting things in the fucking discount section and making me pick them up. Is that? Oh my god! Oh fucking hell.
Everything's coming up, Alex. Here is a pizza in the reducer. Oh, fucking jazz again. Fuck's sake.
Everything's coming up, Alex. The bucks have won. Things are fucking cheap. It's amazing.
There's a wheelie bin with a ribbon on it delivered and left outside your house.
Yeah, I know. And Emma Stone brings it and sucks me off at the same time. I'm like, you have gone above and fucking beyond here. She's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, well, I don't know what to say.
I'm just going to throw out there that if Emma Stone came up on Tinder, then it wasn't Emma Stone. If it just looked like Emma Stone, you would swipe on that.
Oh, yeah. No, if a girl was on Tinder and she looked like Emma Stone...
No, I'm saying you'd swipe that away. Like, the idea of Emma Stone is more for you than actually what Emma Stone looks like. I've seen you swipe on far less fitter than Emma Stone.
No. Yes. I don't believe you have. I know my own brain,
I was sat there the other day, and when we were watching like Wildcard Weekends, and in the commercials, you're like, right, let's just have a quick look here. And you're just swiping on people. I'm like... Nothing's good enough for Alex.
Yeah. Nothing's good enough. Nothing's good enough for me, and I'll never love again. Yeah, welcome to my fucking life. But what I will say is some of these women are conventionally pretty, but I can just tell they're there for just Instagram likes. So the other thing about that, Jez, is that I've already made a decision that where it says Instagram, they are only on there to kind of transfer you from one social media.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, and some of them are just so I've already kind of gone. I know their game. So if you saw someone particularly pretty that I swiped away, it's probably because I was wise to them.
I understand.
If you want, we can sit around one day and do it to our heart's content. Fuck it, I'll give it to you. You can pick whoever you want. Have fun with that.
I was disappointed to discover that you're not allowed to stream your swiping on Tinder.
Yeah. This is why I can't really show you guys the photos. But...
Yeah. Public domain, bitches. I think that's totally reasonable, but there we go. Now, we are an hour and 27 minutes into Don't Get Me Started at this point. Our This Is Happening took a fair amount of time. Do we want to call wall, or shall we just motor straight through into Am I the Arsehole and call it a night?
I think we should. How long did you say? It's half an hour and a half.
Yes.
If Am I the Arsehole is going to be about 10 or 15 minutes, a bit of wrap up. Excuse me. Pepsi Max coming out of my mouth. Not physically, you understand, but at any rate, I think maybe we should Am I the Arsehole? I think we should.
Then in that case, it is now time for everybody's favourite segment. Jaeger's going to love it. Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
So, have you got your notes open? Have you managed it?
Yeah, but if I do that, won't it close that down? Oh no, wait, they'll find out.
No, you can have two things open. You just can't minimize Discord. That's all can't. So you can have the notes on over the top.
How is it now? Is it okay?
Yep, you're fine now.
Perfect. Now, if no one's seen this before, if you like Risky Recipe, and the other people, and Jaeger and Panda, and all these people haven't been here before, we're going to take a couple of Am I the Arseholes from Reddit, and we're going to read them. And I don't know if you've never seen this before, but effectively it's people who are asking you if this situation that occurred makes them an arsehole or not. Maybe someone else in the story is the arsehole. And because they've written it, they're often biased. But you can be the judge of who the arsehole is. Okay? Now, Jeremy, do you want to do number 1 or number 2? Which one do you want?
I will do a steaming number 2, if that's all right. There are some comments already that oh man, it's tiny, I can't read that. Yes, well, I didn't write it. Somebody else decided that they would circle around the point for 10 years, Alex, and then would just leave it behind. So we're going to read it for you. Don't panic. It's all good. It's being read to you. Just listen, and Alex is going to read this first one for you.
And this is the one that starts, okay, I know how this sounds, that one, yeah?
Correct.
Perfect. Okay, I know how this sounds. Please hear me out at least. I've been with my boyfriend for 11 years. Since I was 15, his mother has hated me since the first day she met me. She hated me due to my ethnicity, Kosovan Albanian. She hated me due to my career. I work as a model, and she decided that makes me an empty-headed, vain, shallow person. Then when I told her I still planned to go to university alongside my career, she said I was doing it to impress my boyfriend. I've since left uni with a distinction, and her new reason to hate me is I try too hard. She has also insisted I've cheated on him throughout our entire relationship, which is a ridiculous claim. I've never even kissed another man in my whole life. I have zero desire to cheat and never will. Late last year, she attempted to void the insurance on my boyfriend's motorbikes. Wait, what? She tried to do this under my name, so when he was arrested for riding with no insurance and called his insurance company, I'd get the blame. Oh my God, Jez, you found a fucking gold mine. After this happened, I don't know how she found this out. After this happened, my boyfriend and I agreed to cut her out. However, it hasn't stuck. No kidding. She left my boyfriend alone and respected his wishes for NC, for no contact. I don't know. But she's continued to contact and harass me. This leads to the last few weeks. My boyfriend works as a motorcycle test rider, and he got in an awful motorbike crash while working. As such, I now need to take care for him. I'm okay with that, and I'm focusing on seeing it as an opportunity for us to get close. It's been nice, honestly. Man, this is long. When I say I need to take care for my boyfriend, I mean he's essentially immobile. He's not being unsupportive. He's just barely able to take care of himself, let alone battle his mother too. However, his mother has been awful to me. She's called me a litany of terms, from things as tame as stupid to things as awful as a nasty Serbian half-breed. Fucking hell. I'm not Serbian. Yeah. Right. I'm not Serbian, and
Reed,
she's well aware.
Not the problem here, but carry on.
And she's well aware that calling me that is offensive. She does this intentionally. I tried to block her, so she started making new iMessage accounts and began to continuously harass me via those accounts. Then came Friday night. The police turned up at our door. I was pretty confused and was quickly told they were there to do a welfare check as they'd received multiple claims of horrific abuse. I was apparently putting my boyfriend under. Obviously, they quickly discovered he was fine, albeit grumpy, and they left. I know for a fact it was his mother. No shit. Some of the details the police mentioned made that obvious. I'm now at a point where I've realized I literally cannot do this. I'm going to press charges against her for the insurance and the harassment. It's a crime in the UK. And I'm likely going to sue her for damages. For the sake of my mental health, I need to do this. I don't want to be a victim, and she needs to be forced to stop. I have mentioned my intentions to her. If she doesn't back off, and she's pretty much mocking me and saying I won't, I absolutely will. I just feel like this morally may make me an awful person. Like, by the way, I've got news for you, and everyone in this fucking chat is on your side. She sucks. I know this. However, she's old and miserable enough as is, and I feel like doing this may ruin whatever small amount of life she has left. It feels like it may be too far. I really don't know, though. I genuinely cannot be objective here. Would I be the arsehole if I sued my boyfriend's elderly mother and pressed charges against her? Wow.
Yeah. You can see why I picked this one, despite its, massive girth.
Mate, this is fucking incredible. By the way, I like this image of her ringing up multiple times to call the police. Did she start with her own voice and then do other voices? Like, did she just ring up various stuff? I heard that she was knocking him about. And then the next call is like, hi, I live upstairs and they make very bad noises. And then just kept going through these things to kind of my God.
Honestly, the idea that, the person that wrote this, is an arsehole purely because they're just far too fucking tolerant. Why has it got to this stage? Why wasn't she, arrested years ago? This is horrible stuff.
This is fucking total shit.
What was she? The Kosovian Albanian, and she's like, right, well, I know what'll fuck her up. I'll call her a Serbian. You've gone above and beyond to be a toxic cunt here. This is so outrageous.
Oh yeah. I would have killed his mother by now if I were her, says Future Wolfington. I would help you, man. Call me the fuck up. I'm your first fucking phone call. He's immobile. It's been nice. It's been peaceful and quiet. He doesn't get under my feet.
Finally, I've stopped him riding those fucking motorbikes.
Before he finishes reading, the mother is 100% the arsehole. I would have killed the mother by now. She did Liam Neeson it at one point. What she did? She said
I will find you and I will kill you.
I have a very specific set of skills.
Nobody's seen that film. They've only seen that 30-second clip.
Oh, that film is fucking incredible. I love that film. That film is brilliant. Bloody love Taken. They're going to take you. I love that. Honey, 1 second. I need to... Oh, by the way, my thing is asterisked out everything, so I don't know what all the swear words are. It's just bullshit. Is there anyone in this stream that thinks that this poor woman... I mean, it's pretty fucking cut and dry, isn't it? The mother is the arsehole. The mother is a vindictive, racist, awful bitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know why someone would be like this. I have drawn... in some of my many super picky relationships I've been in, I've drawn the ire of parents, but they've never called me a Serb. I can tell you that. Tell you that for nothing. Put your money away.
A completely illegal act by the mother, not at all reasonable. That's unreasonable.
The fucking insurance
that this person, that is fucking fraud.
She cancels her son's insurance.
So you could probably make a case for attempted murder there. That's so awful. She doesn't care about her son. Honestly, she cares more about pissing off this girl than she does about her own son. The son is yeah, fine, we'll cut her out, no problem. And so this woman still continues to harass her while not talking to him. It's This is just
There's not enough
this is
in this.
just racism.
There's
Pure
not
and
enough in this
simple.
about how he feels, but it's like we tried to cut her out, but it didn't stick, type thing. But like, I mean, I understand it, but I feel pretty clear that if my mother acted like this, there would just, I mean, she never would because she's hilarious and rescues bees, right? So like, that's my mum. But if my mum was like this, a horrific, racist, horrible person, she'd be like fucking
Yeet,
out.
get in the sea.
Fuck that shit. Yes, you are not the arsehole, but the mother is. Gavel.
Dun dun.
Right.
Right.
Moving on. You want to do a number 2?
You can read this one because, by contrast, and that's why I chose to read this one, it's far, far shorter.
You know I like to chat.
I do. Clues in the name.
Mm-hmm.
I know this sounds like a joke, but honestly, it's not. My boyfriend wants to get his resume printed during quarantine. We're both 18. This is going to be his first job. I haven't had a job before either, but I'm good with English, so I offered to read it. Keep in mind, because I haven't had a job before, I could be wrong about this. My boyfriend is a mod on 2 popular subreddits. He decided to put that on his resume. I thought it was a joke, but he told me it wasn't. He said it shows he can take a leadership role. Quote. This made me think he was joking again, but he says he filters a lot of content and he thinks he should get some kind of credit for it. I told him nobody would take that seriously, and he said it's the closest thing he's gotten to a management position. Lol. He says my laughing is rude, and I told him that I genuinely didn't mean to hurt his feelings, but he hasn't texted me back or answered my calls since. Was I too harsh? Was I straight up wrong about this? Am I the arsehole for telling my boyfriend he can't put being a Reddit mod on his resume?
That is just the best one. I like the other one was good because it was so cut and dry. This one is just hilarious. Guys, I want to know, I have an opinion on this, but could you put that sort of thing on a resume? Can you put it on it? Should you put it on your resume? That's my question.
if you have a resume that has like hobbies and interests on it, sometimes you put that on your curriculum vitae as a section, then you can shove it in there. But it's not going to be, Nova says, like in the hobby section. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
But no, this guy was going to put it in, like, experiences and I've totally gone blank on the word I'm looking for.
His gold.
What even word am I looking for? Like,
sorry, I was reading the chat.
If you are 18, what else have you got? I had 2 jobs to put on my CV by the age of 18.
Well, this is it, Tanzanaki. I was thinking that too. Did it say he was 18? Because he said he was young.
Yes, we're both 18.
You might not have done, like, by the time I got to 18, I'd worked at the big Sainsbury's, picking things up and putting shit back on other shelves. Fucking so annoying. And I've learnt nothing.
Oh, I had 3 jobs by the time I was 18, actually.
As real jobs, that was my first real job at like 16. And then after that, when I was 18, I worked at a school as a learning support assistant before. Yeah. So like I'd had like 2 jobs, but I was 18 for that, maybe 1 proper job before that. And so,
but if you don't have any jobs, because assumingly you have been in school and now they don't let you work at like 16 a lot, really, you can just put no work, but here are the things that I've done in school that lend themselves to your job. And Nana K came in with skills and experience was exactly the title of the section that I was going for. Thank you very much.
What did you say? Skills and experience. And experience. Yeah.
Yes. Employers would immediately see it and immediately bin the CV, says Jaeger. Absolutely.
I don't agree.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's fine. My feeling is that you stick it in there. But the thing is, I've by now had quite a few jobs. So my dominant part of my CV is last jobs. But if this was my first job ever, like the likelihood is they probably don't.
You would put this in as a job in your skills and experience of your previous employment. You would put Reddit mod on a subreddit.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'd put it in as a job because it isn't a job.
Well, that's what this guy wants to do.
I'll put it as a job. Oh no. But the thing I took from that was that he wants to put it in the resume and she doesn't think she should. I mean, I don't want to get into the semantics of where it should fall, but I think that something in this day and age, because one of our values at work is tech savvy, and they love that fucking shit. They dig that shit. You got to remember, everyone sitting around that place can't use a keyboard and can't use Excel and can't VLOOKUP. Some guy turns up and goes like, I moderate on Reddit, I'm massively social media savvy and tech savvy. I think that's a really useful skill to definitely say you've got.
But it goes in your hobbies.
I wouldn't say it's a job. I wouldn't lie and say it's a job when it isn't a job. But I would say I'd say like in my spare time I do this. I think it's very relevant. And then I illustrate areas where that is. But mind you, saying that, I mean, maybe you'd lay your resume out differently if you had no jobs to put in the job.
If you were applying for a job as a mod on Reddit, then yeah, it's completely relevant.
Yeah, stick it in there.
Like we're looking for a mod on a discussion forum in which some people get outrageous and they need to be banned. Do you have any experience in this field? Yeah, I was a mod on Reddit. Yes, you're the person we've been waiting for all our lives. Where have you been? Get in here. Let us pay you lucratively.
Yeah, I definitely think only in the hobby section. Yeah, I think there's a way to make sure you include. But also the other thing is, does he say what job he's going for?
Because sorry,
you shouldn't be
CV. I once spent 20 quid on a day planner, mate.
Oh my god! I put that on my. By the way, if I was going for a job in a planning department, well, actually, I already have a job in a planning department. No, so this all makes sense. Then maybe I would. I totally disagree on including online experience unless it was a paying job.
I mean, look, I have historically, like, on my CV, have recorded, especially back in the day before other software packages were a thing, like proficient in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, etc. Just to be like, I'm not a total fucking computer derp, because that was an important thing for people to know. And depending on the job, I've also put, proficient in video editing using Premiere Pro and Photoshop, graphics editing, blah blah blah. But yeah, I wouldn't put that on. Like, if I was applying for a job in a supermarket stacking shelves, I don't think my ability to make a fucking bang pang video is really on there. You tailor the CV that you're producing for the job you're going for. So
absolutely, I was about to say the same thing.
So maybe
what I would say
is maybe you do, maybe you don't.
He doesn't talk. He's like, I want to just make a resume. That's his first fucking mistake. It's like, don't just make a resume, a blanket resume. If you're going for a job, then you disinclude the stuff that you want to highlight. So if he was going for a tech savvy job, to definitely put it in, and I would make sure that's in there, because I think we massively underestimate that. But if he's going for a job, in Pizza Hut, I don't think you need to put that shit on there. I was a
Reddit mod. All right, and how does that affect your ability to put a piece of fucking cheese in a crust, you twat?
Exactly. So it is all about. I do think that we should be less cynical about this sort of shit, but there's a place for it depending on what he's going for.
Less cynical? What?
I include myself in that. What I will say, if from a point of view, am I the arsehole? I don't think she's an arsehole. She does say, look, maybe I got this wrong, which is the kind of tone that people use when they're not arseholes. I might have got this wrong, but I did kind of say, do you really want to do that? I think it's a totally legitimate question, but
she might have pushed it a bit too far. At the point where he was like started to get pissed off at the suggestion that he shouldn't, maybe she's just gone, yeah, all right then, yeah, put it on if that's what you want to do, and just gone back to watching television or whatever it was she was doing.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, I do think Jaeger X, the Jesha has seen my CV.
I have. I basically wrote his CV for him at one stage.
I mean, I think, it depends. I think that we don't know what it's going for. She's not really an arsehole for saying, maybe she does push it a bit too far, but
I mean, he's an arsehole for blocking her for taking the piss a little bit.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
That's totally a dick move.
That's too much, man. Too much.
Really hurt my feelings saying that my role as a Reddit mod was not important.
Save it for Reddit, motherfucker.
Right. I want to find his "Am I the arsehole?" Am I the arsehole for blocking my girlfriend for saying that being a Reddit mod wasn't important?
I have an honours degree in sociology and have been turned down for every job I've applied for. Maybe I should add Twitch affiliate to my CV.
That's going to be the key. Maybe you should get on Reddit right now and become a moderator on a subreddit. It's going to be the key.
Now I would probably add live streaming kind of shit. Because when I did the radio was on my hobbies and interests. My radio, I mean, the section at the bottom, like further information, additional information, you know, if I could fit it on there, because my jobs took up quite a lot of that sort of stuff. And when you're going for a job that's like the one you've got, there's a lot of fucking real estate is given over to that.
Yeah.
To prove that you're relevant. Like you go through the job, description. That's the second time I can't remember the word job description. You go through the job description and you highlight the bits and you work out what works and ties into those points and you put them in there and they go through it and go, can he do this? And they tick them off. So no, if it isn't, and yes, if it does.
And that's how to get a job.
I'll write you your CV. This poor guy who's just like 18. You don't need a resume, mate. You haven't done anything yet. Companies know that. Just go and get an application form from McDonald's, take it home, write that shit in, throw it back at them. And they won't even get as far as Reddit. They'll just go, okay, fine. Don't worry about it. It's not important. I never hear back from employers. Oh, well, maybe it's not tailored enough to the thing that they want. I wanted to be in theatre for so long, and I applied for loads of jobs where I wanted to be in like maybe I get in the box office, maybe I get backstage, I can work my way into the bit that I wanted, but I never had applicable skills that like any piece of paper, because I never did theatre at university, so I couldn't put that. My undergraduate degree was in religious studies, so it was hard to make, but I tried it anyway. Got nowhere. Oh well.
Yeah. It's just a numbers game. You know, you apply to so many and eventually it'll stick. It might not be the thing you want there and then, but you just got to keep going. Don't be disheartened. Keep it going. I mean, COVID's a bad example. Like, nobody getting hired in COVID, unfortunately, but
no.
But there you go.
But let's hope that we all get rich off this. How difficult can it be? I mean, look at my sweet color scheme. Then people are going to be flocking in, following me, dropping bits like it's going out of fashion.
I mean, I was down with your color scheme at first, but now your blue is purple, and I'm out. It's not good enough.
Fucking hell, man! I knew it was the webcam. People are like, you are almost a celebrity, but then your webcam. Fuck it! I'm buying the A6 400. It's happening, right? You've convinced me. £1,000, dropping it like it's hot.
Lol, science teachers, we're hiring. Yeah, and all you need experience-wise to be a science teacher is to have gone to the school of Facebook and read up on all the science that's there. Job done.
Is ABC delusional? What am I delusional? I have to clarify about one of the many things I just said that I could be delusional about. Delusional about wanting to be in theatre? I really could have been.
I mean, delusional? No.
Delusional about my colours? What am I delusional about? Probably. I haven't had a lot of sleep.
Yes.
So,
and we won't be convinced to keep Don't Get Me Started running until 3 a.m. tonight.
No.
So on that note, I think we will...
Well, let me just say, Twitch famous and people dropping bits and liking the lights. Am I delusional? No. You've got to set goals, Jaeger. You've got to set goals. And you know where you put your goals? In a fucking planner. Go fuck yourself, future.
I put my goals down here. Oh, hang on.
You gotta.
My goals are down here, and this is the one in particular. If you're lurking about in the stream here and you haven't followed yet, what are you waiting for? I'm not going to get to 1,000 if you don't follow me. So get that fucking follow button pressed. Thanks.
Incidentally, by the way, just thought I'd say this. I was thinking about followers earlier. Now I have like 93 followers, and I'd like to get to 100. Before the end of the month, and then because I started in October, I worked out then that would be like an average of 25 followers a month. Now, granted, you get a certain amount at the beginning, don't you, from your mates and stuff? So maybe it could be 20 a month. At any rate, if you extrapolate that across the year, by the end of the year, I should have 375 followers. So that's the standard. So I've been doing all the maths on that. So I think maybe if I stretch that, I should get better, right? And with these fucking lights, it's got to pull in a few more.
The lights
so maybe
are
500.
Lights are good for at least like 7 people, surely.
Right. So you got to think about these things. And I will say, I think in anything you're trying to do, regardless of anything, you just got to say, "I'm going to do that."
You got to shoot your shot. You got to shoot your shot.
If you say, "Oh no, it probably won't happen," then it is definitely not going to fucking happen. So
ain't nobody gone to the moon just aiming to get to like McDonald's.
Yeah. Although thankfully you'll get a trip cheese. So
and who's the real winner there?
Can I have both? Man,
I miss trip cheese. So, like, I would leave your house at the end of Don't Get Me Started and get a drive-through trip cheese on my way
every
home.
time. He's like, "Do you know what, Alex? I'm going to get a trip cheese." I'm like, "You don't have to tell me every week."
This is the second consecutive week where I'm not getting a trip cheese on my way home.
Alex, I have a vision board. There, I said it. See, I knew you were on my side, really. There's a vision board inside my planner. It's got everything. Nude. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll still die in the cold vastness of space. Wise words for us all. Yes, I will just say quickly that all these people that are dropping suggestions for biscuits in, I will add them to the list. But bourbons, pink wafers, party rings, they'll all go in. Speculoos.
What?
Yes,
what are they?
You know the Lotus Biscoff biscuits that you get with your coffee?
Yeah.
Speculoos is what they are. This is a good Dutch word. So thank you for reminding me about that, Tamsinaki. No bad memories there. So let's move on. Let's move on. Actually, everyone in Holland and particularly in Belgium are fucked off because Lotus are just calling them Biscoff and dropping the Speculoos name, and they're all fucking up in arms and they don't know to eat them anymore. Anyway, more biscuit news tomorrow.
They should probably get a grip there. Bigger things happening in the world than being worried about that. I didn't even know they were called Speculoos. Biscoff, like, I immediately knew what you were talking about, but...
Biscoff, mate.
Speculoos? It sounds like something that a frickin' gynecologist needs, not a packet of biscuits.
Fucking end it, drop the mic, that's it. Shall we wrap up now?
We shall wrap up. We'll go and drop our viewers. We're going to raid. We're going to go to Little Cute Girl.
Little Cute Girl. Yep.
So I'll kick that off as I ask you in traditional Don't Get Me Started fashion. I can't type and talk at the same time. Who am I kidding? There we go. In traditional Don't Get Me Started fashion, I would ask you to come up for an alternative use for Speculoos biscuits.
Alternative use. Oh my God. An alternative use for Speculoos biscuits. Can we grind it up and let Captain Brilliant paint with it?